Why come back?
I'm a competitor, and I love to test myself at the highest level. That's what has gotten everybody to know who I am. Being able to put everything on the line and just go out there and test myself. So this is another opportunity to test myself and see what I got.
So when you go ahead and taking on somebody like a Gabriel Checo, when they gave you a list of opponents, why did you decide to settle with him and say, okay, this is the guy that I want to compete against, or did you not have a choice?
I mean, it's he said yes. At the end of the day, he looked like a pretty good competitor. I watched a few of his fights. He's tough. He's got some good grappling. So, he's got some things in his game that it'd be fun to test out.
So you've been away from competition for about 4 years. I've heard on both schools of thoughts as prize fighters, there is such a thing as ring rust or cage rust. There isn't such a thing as ring rust or cage rust. Where do you fall along those lines, and how have you been trying to simulate active competition as you prepare for your co-main event against Gabriel Checo on Friday night?
Well, there's nothing like the real thing, and long as you understand that, you'll be able to find a balance in the middle. There may be come a time where I do feel a little bit awkward in there, but for the most part, I don't feel like it's nothing that I can't work through. I feel like in a fight, it presents a lot of different variables, but it's all about how you handle those variables. And I'm a problem solver, so we'll see what variables come.
You've beaten the likes of Rampage Jackson, also been in the ring and in the cage. You've beaten Chael Sonnen and Michael Bisping. But Chael comes to mind because Chael Sonnen is going to be a part of the broadcast team on Friday night alongside Cyrus Fees, Henry Cejudo, Felicia Spencer, Jen Sturger. But is it kind of crazy knowing that a guy that you beat in competition is going to be commentating on your fight on Friday night?
No, I've been doing this for a long time. As Ray Borg said, he was 12 years old when I was doing my thing. So I mean, I've been doing it for a while. Chael's a good friend of mine, so it'd be cool to hear what he has to say.
The fountain of youth is something that I talked about when you came up. Where do you find that? Because you look in impeccable physical shape. Is it the fact that you're training smarter and understand your body more instead of running your body through the gauntlet how you did when you were in your early 30s?
Yeah, it's a combination of all of that, and taking care of my body really well, just making sure that I train with the limits of the ability that I can. Sometimes, you want to do a lot more, but then you got to realize that the recovery time at being a bit older is a bit different, so you have to treat your body differently. So I've been doing a combination of all things, but at the same time, I still got to tap into that furnace and just bring out that dog every once in a while, because this is a fight, and you have to be able to bring out that fight in you at all times.
How much have you missed the lights? Because the one thing about following your career and many of your careers on this stage is that you fought at that elite high level. And now being a part of Eagle FC, the U.S. debut, the lights are back. Did you miss that? Because I feel like once you're a competitor at this level, it never goes away.
Not so much the lights as the feeling. There's a certain feeling that happens when you got a fight looming. When you have to hone all your preparation for one night, and you have to really mentally bring yourself there. There's a lot of emotions that come up. A roller coaster of emotions, and being able to ride that roller coaster, being able to tap into that part of yourself that is that you've been hoping to tap into our training camp. That's what it's all about. The lights is just something that comes along with it to up the stakes, but at the end of the day, it's all about the internal.
All right, Sugar Rashad Evans, we welcome him back to active competition on Friday night, Eagle FC 44 here at the FlexCast Arena in Miami. Make sure to download the FlexCast app on the Google Play or the Apple Store. Gabriel Checo, 12-5 your record. You are a submission ace. When they gave you the call to take on the legend in Rashad Evans, what went through your mind?
First of all, I never said no to any fight. They offered me a fight. I was like, let's go, let's do it. This fight was a little bit different. All the respect, to Rashad, I saw he didn't have opponent. And I was like, I'll do it. I was coming out of a fight. I want to fight again. And I was like, look, if he doesn't have opponent, I'm ready to fight him, and that's what happened.
So where do you feel that you have the advantages, and where do you think you'll be successful on Friday night at Eagle FC 44 against the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world?
Well, it's not a secret to anybody. You know, I come from a jiu-jitsu background. I've been doing this for 22 years right now. So all the wrestlers, you know, they take me down. They are not comfortable on top of me. Very few people in MMA that is going to be comfortable on their back, and I'm one of them. I don't care if you take me down. And definitely, you know, most people don't like when they feel the weights of my hands. So yeah, I'm ready to fight anywhere. You know, you want to strike, we strike. You want to go to the ground, we go to the ground. It's comfortable for me anywhere.
Do you think him being away from the cage for about 4 years is going to affect him at all in terms of timing, in terms of rhythm, in terms of finding his flow in the fight?
No, not really. You know, fighter is a fighter. You know, he can be 4 years, you know, out of fighting, but most likely, you know, he didn't stop training for 4 years. You know, once you are a fighter, you still training here and there at least. You know, so I think the fighter spirit is still on you. It doesn't matter how old you are, you're always gonna have that.
And in your mind, how do you feel that, you know, when you go ahead and compete against Rashad Evans and dealing with the biggest opportunity of your career, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions and feelings that you have coming into that fight. How are you going to harness all those emotions to make sure you fight at your best on Friday night?
Every fight's a fight. Every opponent that I always had, I always respect them until you get locked on the cage. You know, it doesn't matter who I'm fighting. I'm always trying to bring the best Gabriel to that fight. So it doesn't matter who is gonna be there. I'm always preparing to be a better Gabriel, not to beat the opponent. And Friday night won't be different. I'm gonna bring my best.
For those who don't know Gabriel Checo and they watch you compete on Friday night against Sugar Rashad Evans, what are you hoping the public takes away from your performance?
They're just gonna see another savage Gabriel, you know, with that shoot box spirit. You know that's why I brought a coach from Brazil to bring that inside of me again. And you guys are gonna see the referee pull me out on top of him.
So you're saying you're going to finish off Sugar Rashad Evans?
No, I'm not gonna finish him. TKO.
TKO?
No, I don't like finishing fights. It's
Okay.
too much a risk.
So TKO is how you're going to win the fight?
100%.
Well, Rashad Evans, you're back inside the Eagle FC steel, and he's predicting that he's going to stop you, not by submission, but by TKO punches. How do you respond to something like that?
Okay.
All right. Sugar Rashad Evans, Gabriel Checo predicting a TKO stoppage over the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. Cannot wait for our co-main event. Well, you have competed in the world of kickboxing. You're an undefeated pro boxer, 14-0, 13 knockouts. Now you're back in MMA. We're thrilled to have you with Eagle FC. But how are you feeling just 2 days away? You haven't competed in MMA since August of 2013, so about 8.5 years. Tell us about what it means to be back.
How I'm feeling?
Yeah, how you feeling?
You could talk, man. You could talk. Okay.
I'm just speaking the truth is what I'm doing.
But anyways, I'm feeling ready. I just want to fight now. 2 days away. Like you said, I did all the 3 disciplines. A big challenge ahead of me. Sergey is a veteran in the sport, has done a lot in MMA, fought the who's who. He's a big guy, so I'm looking forward to it. It's a challenge. That's why I'm still competing, because I like to challenge myself. My manager is sitting right there. He called me, and he said, "Hey, we have an MMA fight for you. This is the opponent." I said, "Let's go."
Not even, no hesitation.
No.
Well, this man doesn't hesitate, especially inside the cage as well. But Tyrone, you know, fighting Sergey Kiritanov, a guy who's been in there against the world's best, You didn't want a tune-up whatsoever. So is that how you're built? The fact that you want some of the baddest dudes on the planet? Because Kiritanov is no slouch whatsoever.
Well, we live in a time and day now where everybody, like he said, everybody likes to talk so much shit online and this and that, and everybody's a fighter. But what is it really to be a fighter? You know, here I come. I don't even know when my last MMA fight was, but I'm going up against Karatanov. He's no slouch. He certainly has some advantages over me, but I don't care because I'm a fighter, and that's what I want to do. I want to go in there, fight, and prove myself right.
How's the training been for you in your preparation for this?
Good.
Is it nice to be able to go and be involved in all disciplines again because you have an undefeated pro boxing record, 14-0, 13 knockouts. You hold a couple of regional titles in the boxing world, but is it nice to be able to go into the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu, all things that, participating as a mixed martial artist?
Nah, I would be lying if I said that it was fun in the beginning. Your body has to adjust. It's hard on your body, wrestling and everything. But I'm a very physical person. I like roughing around. When I see a bigger guy, that's who I want to train with. That's who I'm going to pick because that's the challenge. And in the beginning, it was not so much fun, but I like it now. I enjoy it, and I'm ready.
All right, Tyrone Spong, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get back to him. Sergey Kiritanov, 31-8 from Russia. You have now moved here to Florida. Sergey, why the move from Russia here to Florida as you prepare to take on Tyrone Spong in the main event of Eagle FC 44 here at the FlexCast Arena in Miami? Why the move?
Сергей, вы переехали с России во Флориду, и теперь вы деретесь в Eagle FC. Почему вы решили переехать?
Я не то чтобы переехал, на самом деле я часто бываю в Америке, в Майами. Мне вообще нравится этот город, и так повезло, что я уже не первый раз буду биться в Майами. Мне очень приятно, что я буду биться в Eagle FC в главном бою вечера с Тайроном Спонгом. Этот оппонент, в принципе, как и я, ударник, так что, я думаю, будет красивое, зрелищное, жесткое противостояние в клетке.
I haven't fully moved to America. I oftentimes visit Miami, and it just so happens that this time I got a fight on the EFC main event, and I'm just happy that I got an opponent who's also a striker, and I think it's going to be a good match.
What kind of opponent or what kind of Tyrone Spong are you anticipating on Friday night in the main event of Eagle FC 44? Because we talked about the fact that Tyrone hasn't fought in MMA since August of 2013. So stylistically, do you think we're going to see the same Tyrone Spong inside the Eagle FC steel on Friday, or are we going to see a different Tyrone Spong on Friday night?
Тайрон не дрался уже 9 лет. Вы ожидаете такого же сильного Тайрона, как и в 2013 году, или вы думаете, будет кто-то другой драться?
Дело в том, что Тайрон Спонг дрался в кикбоксинге, в ММА, в боксе. Так что он готовится и тренируется в одном из лучших залов. И у него достаточно серьезные тренера и спарринг-партнеры. Так что я думаю, что он будет максимально сконцентрирован и готов к этому поединку.
He trains in many sports such as kickboxing, boxing, and MMA, and he trains in one of the best gyms and has some of the best coaches there is. And I'm sure he's been getting ready this whole time, and I'm sure he comes prepared.
Sergey, you hold wins over the likes of Andrei Arlovsky, Alistair Overeem, also Fabio Maldonado, Sokaju, Matt Mitrione. What would a win over Tyrone Spong on Friday night in the main event of Eagle FC 44 do for you and your career?
У вас очень много побед над сильных бойцов, как Орловский и Аверим. Что будет для вас значить, если вы победите Тайрона Спонга?
Ну, что значит, тяжело сказать, что значит. На самом деле, сегодня это просто бой, новый вызов. Так что Я сейчас не думаю, что для меня это значит. Я хочу победить, вот и все.
For me, it's just another fight. It's just another name, and I just want to win.
Are you hoping that this performance on Friday night against Tyrone Spong leads you to a potential title shot to try to become the first Eagle FC heavyweight champion here in the United States?
Если вы победите в пятницу у Тарона Спонга, вы думаете, вам дадут матч за чемпиона мира EFC первый?
Я не думаю об этом. Я здесь для того, чтобы драться. Я проведу поединок, после боя уже будем говорить о чем-то о другом. Да, самое главное — это бой в пятницу, 28 число.
I don't think I head too far. The main thing is this fight on the 28th, and once I win that, I'll see how it goes, but I don't look too far ahead.
All right, Tyrone Spong, for you, as you make your return to the world of MMA, I'm hearing reports that potentially, you're a pro boxer as well, 14-0, 13 knockouts. Are you looking to make this a full-fledged run here in the world of MMA? Are you looking to go after the Eagle FC Heavyweight Championship, or are you looking to kind of dabble in both boxing and MMA?
Well, like I've been doing throughout my whole career, I never look too far ahead. Whatever comes will come, but first things first. So Friday first, we'll see. It's no secret that I'm very passionate about boxing. When I started my boxing journey, I had a lot of doubters that I would not be able to make it in boxing. Yet I became number 3 ranked heavyweight boxer in the world in a short time. So I feel like there's some unfinished business there, but I'm not even thinking about that right now. Right now, I only have Friday in my mind. Got to get through that, and then we'll see. I think Eagle FC is doing something amazing. This is just the beginning. I think there's going to be some interesting developments, hopefully with different disciplines as well. So first things first, and then we'll see.
All right, we have a question from the media. By all means, let your distinction be known, and then go ahead and ask your question.
Hey, Tyrone, Brendan Tobin, 7-9 to the ticket. You mentioned a little bit it was hard early on, kind of just getting used to all the aspects of MMA. How was the nerves level, I guess, just kind of going through all this, just getting back into actual competition? I know you're very confident in your skill set, but, knowing that's something that's the real deal coming back, was there any nerves, anxiousness that you had to deal with?
Nah, this fighting, I've been doing it my whole life. I mean, the fighting part is the easy part. It's the training and getting up when you don't feel like it and pushing yourself when you don't feel like it. But this is actually the fun part. This is the not so fun part. But, it was not getting used to MMA training again. It's your body has to adapt. Wrestling, having big guys laying on top of you, it's never fun. So that was just a little bit in the beginning, and after your body adapts and certain muscles and everything strengthens up, you feel better. And that's how I'm feeling now. I feel good to go.
For Rashad, Alex Dono, 5 Reasons Sports. Similar to what Tyrone talked about, you've been away from the fight game for about 3.5 years. I'm sure you've kept close to it and kept training. The sport's always evolving. You're a little older and a little wiser. A day in the life and training for you, is it pretty much the same routine from back in the UFC days, or have you evolved that with the times?
I evolved it with the times, but I definitely, still implement a lot of things that I used to do back in the day because, like I was saying before, you have to be able to bring your mindset to the point where, you're going to go out there and fight somebody and destroy somebody. This is not a game of competition, and the fact where you got to be savage, you know what I'm saying? And every single time you train, you got to bring out a little bit of that savagery, even if you're, not opening it up all the way and going full out. You still gotta keep your fingertip on that savage.
And for Tyrone, it's unique to have someone like yourself who's fought at the highest levels on 3 different fight disciplines. MMA may be the toughest. Do you have a favorite to prepare for?
No, I hate all the preparations. I like the fights, but the preparation is not fun. I don't like it. I'd rather be outside working with my animals or my horse or whatever, but the preparation sucks for all of it, you know, but in order to win, you have to do it, and that's what I did. But yeah, I'm just ready now.
Rashad, as I look at this place, the FlexCast Arena, this is an intimate venue. What are your thoughts on being able to fight in such a fantastic, intimate venue? It's a very selected crowd that'll be here. Everyone can watch on the FlexCast step around the world, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time, downloaded on the Google Play or the Apple Store. But what is it like for you to be fighting inside this intimate venue like the FlexCast Arena? I think something that Habib was talking about even a couple months ago, he wants to make it so advantageous for the fighters. That way you guys are so comfortable, relaxed, and have everything that you need in order to compete at the highest level.
It's very nostalgic. You know, it kind of reminds me of how it was fighting on the Ultimate Fighter show. I started my career in the UFC, you know, fighting in, in pretty much closed circuit events like this. And, you know, kind of, I understand it. You know, I know the feeling of it. You know, having worked at the Apex Center too, you know, I kind of like the close setting because it just allows you to go inside yourself in a different kind of way.
Yeah, and you don't have to necessarily go everywhere to get what you need and your nutrition and everything else. It's all pretty much under one roof, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, they've done a tremendous job here with the promotion and just how they brought everything along. So I'm very excited to be fighting here.
Rashad Evans back inside the cage. Welcome back, as we talked about. But how is the fight going to play out against Gabriel Checo?
I don't know. I'm kind of glad that he said that he's going to try to TKO me. I mean, it just kind of, you know, fires me up a little bit. But I don't know how, I don't know where, but I'm going to win this fight.
Gabriel Checo, you predicted to me you're going to stop him with strikes TKO. Do you stand by that prediction?
Yes, sir. É vapo.
All right, TKO win. So says Gabriel Checo. Main event in the heavyweight division. Don't blink because this one will not be going the distance in my estimation. We'll turn it over to Tyrone Spong, undefeated. How's it going down against Sergey Kiritanov?
Shit. If I had a glass bowl, I would predict other things. I don't know. We'll see. My track record speaks for itself, so I'll leave it at that. I mean, everybody knows that I always go for a finish, but I'm not stupid either, you know, so we'll see how it goes. If the finish presents itself, I'll gladly take it because I don't get paid for overtime, and I think it's going to be a good fight.
All right. Tyrone Spong, ladies and gentlemen. One thing I love about Sergey Kiritanov, 31-8. Will you hand Tyrone Spong the first loss in his mixed martial arts career on Friday night in the main event of Eagle FC 44?
Сергей, вы дадите Тайрону первое поражение в эту пятницу в ММА?
Я скажу, в клетке будет война.
All I'm going to say is we're going to go to war in the cage.